Hey Michael, Simon here, Ellie's husband. We were just, I think Ellie sent you some of our sites that we've built this morning, and I wanted to kind of show you, we use these videos to sort of show the clients exactly what they're sort of missing out on in terms of client traffic coming through to their website, what they could be doing a little bit better, and also exactly what they are missing out on in terms of that traffic coming through and obviously turning into clients. So I've got your website up here, and I've got a couple of top competitors for you. One was from Injury Lawyer San Diego, and another one was Business Attorney San Diego, just as what I chose to use as what's called a keyword, which is any search phrase that someone would enter into Google looking for your location, your service, and obviously in your location. Now, the first thing I want to show you is the back end of your website, where it's ranking currently in Google. So we use this tool here called Ahrefs, and it just pulls up all the statistics from your site from Ahrefs' own algorithms and some of the statistics from Google. So right here, what I wanted to show you was that currently you're not ranking for any keywords at all, meaning that your website is not found in the top 100 of Google's search results, top 10 pages for any keywords, whether that be Campbell Law or business law or injury attorney, like personal injury attorney, all of those different ones, or personal injury attorney San Diego, etc. All those keywords that should be on your website should be showing up. But the reason is it just hasn't had any what's called SEO work, which is search engine optimization. So you can come along and have a nice website, but if you don't do any SEO work to it, it basically just becomes a pretty business card. It's kind of, the analogy I use a lot is like it's like buying a brand new car and not putting any gas in it to go anywhere. So you can see it, but it doesn't do anything for you. So anyway, currently you're not ranking at all. So as I said, I had Injury Lawyer here, and I chose Harris Personal Injury Lawyers, and then I want to show you something about this Nahora law firm, because these Google screened ads, they do cost you a little bit of money, but they can be really, really worthwhile doing. So I'm just going to show you though something that this guy could be doing better, and I think it'll make a lot of sense to you in a minute. And then I also chose these guys here, Watkins firm. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I want to share is there's three tips that I want to share with you that can get your website sort of up and running a little bit better. And they are things you can do yourself, though they are quite time consuming. And this is kind of what the main three things that we look at for SEO. However, there are over 200 ranking factors for Google. Anyway, the first one is content on your website. And what I'm referring to there is wording and images. Google likes to see at least 2,000 words on a home page. Basically lets Google know what you are, what you're trying to rank for, so you can get those keywords in there, like employment law San Diego, business law San Diego, or San Diego business law, etc. You get as many of those different keywords in there and build up the search volume, which I'll show you in a second. So really you need to get some more wording, or the other option is adding a blog, which is highly recommended for any sort of attorney, any of these sorts of firms, partnerships, firms, agencies. Certainly, law firms usually will use a blog to get their keywords in, and also Google likes to see a blog because it's essentially giving the public something for nothing in terms of that information, and Google will rank your site higher just because you have a blog. So that's really good to know. Now, if we come along and look at Harris and check out the content on his homepage, he's probably got, I'd say about, probably pretty close to 1,000 words. So if you went and got that 2,000 words at least on your homepage, you're already going to beat this guy. For step one, for content, you're already going to have this guy knocked over. So that's a good news. Watkins firm here, looking at this. Yeah, very little content. They do have a blog, so that's probably what they're using to power their homepage, which is all good. So that's content. Number two is backlinks, and backlinks here are basically what begin the actual ranking process of your page. Backlinks are just anywhere one website refers to another via a clickable link. Essentially this here, if I were to click on that, it would take me to your website. That's a backlink. However, because this one's not permanent, this isn't actually counted. So you haven't got any at the moment. And they come from referring domains or from other websites. And what they do is transfer authority from website A to website B. And then the more authority website B gets, the more Google likes it and starts to rank it higher in its search results. It also starts looking harder for those keywords on your site, because technically these are still national, keywords right here that you're not ranking for. But because you haven't sort of begun the ranking process here, you won't see much, until you do. And of course, that then once you get onto page one for those bunch of keywords, you'll start seeing some organic traffic or unadvertised traffic coming through. So if we take a look at Harris, we can see he's got 175 backlinks coming from 36 referring domains, and that's not difficult to overtake. He has a URL rating here of 25 and a domain rating of 35. These are definitely catchable for you to start capturing some of this traffic that he's getting. So he's gaining approximately 831 clicks as a rolling average per month. And I mean, if he was to close, if he was only getting 500 calls and managing to close 10% of that, that's still 50 extra clients a month. Now, for your sort of industry, I imagine that this turns into maybe 200 to 300 calls, because a lot of people come to attorney websites looking for information, not just to hire. But that's where it starts. So it's definitely worthwhile having that information that people come along to. Then they trust you and generally choose you to use. So worth definitely getting that informational content on your site. Now the next guys were Watkins. Business Law was the page I was sort of focusing on. You can see here they've got a terrible URDR, and yet they showed up for number one for business attorney, San Diego. And you can see they got a lot of backlinks and a lot of referring domains, but this tells me that these backlinks, now I mentioned that these backlinks transfer authority from one website to another, but they're not all created equal. Depending on the referring domain they're coming from, some of them transfer for a lot more authority than others. So he has some terrible backlinks coming to his page, and it's really letting down his rankings. He's still managing to rank in the top 100 for 2,900 keywords, but for that many keywords, if he was on page one, this would be a lot higher. But I mean, still, 1,300 clicks is pretty damn good, so I'm sure he's seeing a lot of work from this website. Now, that's backlinks, and one last thing I wanted to show you was this guy here. He has a really high rated site, 4648. That's decent. And this is quite a good ranking here. Anything under 1 million is decent. But what I want to show you is the fact that he's only gaining 256 clicks, and there is a reason for that. So he's way further along in terms of URDR than these guys, and yet he's getting less clicks. And let me show you why. Click on these organic keywords. So this here is all the keywords that he's managing to rank for, and this is the keyword. Volume is per month, how many times it's searched for per month. Traffic is how many clicks he's gaining for that keyword per month, and position is where he's sitting in terms of Google search results. So if I filter on position to look at all the ones that he's on page one for, which goes obviously to 10. So right here is the last one he's on page one for, and I just want to show you these different keywords here. He's got some good keywords like this, California brain injury attorney, people looking specifically for an attorney. But then you've got all these fluff ones. Why do people want to do this? Why do I want to be a lawyer? Why I love, why I want, why become. It's all just wasted. All that power that he's got is wasted on these keywords that aren't even gaining him any clients. So it's really important to have these keywords a little better worked out. So whoever's doing the SEO for this guy, they're doing a lot of work, but they're misplacing their energies. So, and that is completely clear to me just from this little bit of research. And this is them there. So as far as content goes, not much either. So he ain't going to go so far. The last thing I wanted to share with you is is citations. Citations are basically anywhere your business name, number, and address is registered on any directory like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, all of those different directories. But it's got to be seen exactly how your business name, number, and address is seen as it's seen on your Google My Business. The reason for that is because you want to get your business into the top 3 here, and Citations help you do that. No one ever clicks view all, so the top 3 are sort of very important to be in for as many of these keywords as possible also. And they add about another 30% of clicks to the top spot down here for the organic section. So if this guy was getting 100 clicks, up here he'd be getting another 30. And of course, he was getting a lot more than that. So, this guy was getting, I think, 12 or 1,300 clicks. So you can imagine it's another 330 clicks up there. So very, very, very worthwhile. So they're the 3 main tips: content, backlinks, and citations. I'm running this video a little bit longer for you, Michael, just because I wanted to share with you as much as possible. These are normally a little bit shorter, but I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, so they're the 3 main tips, and as I said, these are the sort of numbers you want to aim for to start with, and then you can continue to grow, or you can, specialize what keywords you want to go after, whether that is you like to capture more injury clients. If I go and have a look at, more business clients, employment. Yeah, it all depends on, whether you want to capture more of these different keywords. You can actually focus in on those to get you more of the, the higher paying clients or the easier jobs, whatever it is to you that matters. So with that, I'll leave you with that, and I hope you enjoyed, and thanks very much for watching, mate. Have a great one. Bye.